All right. Hello, everybody. My name is Elizabeth Brown, and I am the AVID coordinator and teacher and one of the AVID teachers at Richardson High School, as well as school-wide special projects and events. However, here I am today to be able to support RHS with some guidance for teachers on how we plan on rolling out digital organization with our students. So we're just going to give you a preview right now, and then we are going to give more information about how these types of things are going to be rolled out through 8th hour. But for those who are new at RHS, just a quick overview that AVID at RHS has been around since 2005. We are a national demonstration school, which is the top 3% of schools worldwide. And we are also on a journey to become a site of distinction. So we serve approximately 14% of the student population, which is a pretty good chunk of students. But realistically, AVID is meant to be school-wide at RHS. We are a demonstration school, and so therefore, not just the students within the AVID elective class benefit from AVID, but students do school-wide. And so this is one of the things that we are doing, since AVID is pretty good at helping students get organized. We are showcasing this to be able to help teachers be able to support students also getting organized as we are looking at our digital world right now. So I do want to make a note that whenever we roll out things for 8th hour, not just from AVID, but from all different things, we would love for you guys to have an opportunity to discuss these with your PLC meetings and within your departments. That way you can tailor things that are specific more to what you need. So we just want to go ahead and encourage that. And also point out that we have a brand new website that we're going to be directing you to get any types of resources that you need as a teacher or as a student. And it is very easy to remember, rhsavid.com. So during your free time, you can check it out, but I'm going to show you a couple of the resources here that you probably will likely utilize or may utilize, and then the rest of it just do on your own free time, because we know you have a lot of it. All right. So first is Slant for Online Success. I'm going to go over this briefly. This is just one of several different options to help you get organized with expectations for digital learning. So feel free to look over this. You can tap here and download, and all of the words and everything is editable. So if something that was put in here and the check marks doesn't really pertain to your class, or you want something more specific that has to do with your class because of the type of classroom that you run, please feel free to edit it. All you do is press click here, and then it'll ask you to make a copy, and then it opens up, and it is one of your own that you get to personalize to your own desires. So there's that. You can also click down here. Ooh, I went really far on these extra templates, because those are other organizational templates for you to be able to use for something similar that is found on the RHS staff website. So we definitely want to give you a variety of resources, so that way you can use what's best for you and tailor that to your needs. Next, we're going to go over a preview of the eBinder. And the reason why we're previewing this is because we want you to know what's coming up without overloading you with information on what you have to do with it right now. So this is just a preview, and more information will be coming as we get closer to the second week. So for the eBinder, we are going to be providing 3 different options for students. Of course, if these 3 don't work for them, they can use something else, but we want them to at least have something that they can use to get started, because not all students know how to get organized on their own. So the first one is Google Folder Organization. Our awesome instructional coach, Lauren Hawkins, made a video for us that we can showcase in our classes. And so that'll be something that you'll be able to show again a little bit further into the second week, but we want you to know that it's there and available in case you want to take a look at it. We also have an eBinder template that I created for students, for the student community, utilizing Google Slides. And so basically the way that you do that is you click on it, and it will take you to a folder where students will then right-click and they can make a copy of it. Now, I'm not going to make a copy of it because I already have it here, and I just want to show you very briefly what it looks like, because again, more information is coming later, but I love previews. And so the way that this one works is it is a digital binder organized by 1st through 8th period. And as you can see, it's 1st, 2nd, all the way through 8th. On the home page, it kind of tells you how to use it and to personalize it, ways to personalize it and how to use it. with some links. But then as you get into the various periods, they're all organized by, they're all color coded, and they can edit all of this. But then also underneath them, we have what's called a unit template. So that as you're going through various units, it's different things that students can utilize. But then also we have a notes and artifacts page where they can take notes by providing their essential question, focused note taking. They also have links to the 2-column notes and the Cornell note templates. And then just information on how they can add more things such as videos or pictures to their digital binder for each class. Then under the 8th hour, we have information specifically that may be more geared towards college prep and life prep, and so just a couple of things for them. Not going to get too far into that, so we're going to go back over here because that'll come a little bit later. The other version right here, this is more of like a notebook versus necessarily a digital binder. And so this was a template shared with me, and I was given permission to be able to utilize it with our students, where essentially it is a notebook where they can type in and have notes, and it's broken down by, you know, whatever classes, whatever colors they would like to do. So this is another option. Next, we're going to look at the ePlanners. So we want to encourage that students are all using a planner, whether it's paper or digital, but especially being virtual learning, especially in the beginning, getting organized is going to be vital. And if they don't have things written down, it's probably going to get even more confusing because trying to keep up with everything in a virtual setting is going to be pretty hard. And that's where the planner is going to be pretty valuable. So one of the ones that we want to definitely showcase is the Google Calendar. And here are 2 different videos from YouTube that do a really good job of explaining how to utilize Google Calendar in the way that it also meshes with Google Drive. Then over here is a digital planner and calendar that I found a template for and then created. You click on it, it helps you make a copy of it, and then you open it up. And I was going to try to get ahead of it, but that's all right. We'll just wait for it to make its copy. So right here we have the high school planner, name, ID, grade level, the block schedule, and then an area where they can edit it themselves. Now, if you scroll down, you'll see all these dates, and those are all the weeks of the year. And then if you keep scrolling, it just continues. Now you think that's probably not too convenient if you're having to scroll all the way down. Well, that's why the really cool thing about this planner is if you click on it, you can just click on it and go to the hyperlink, and it'll take you directly to the correct week. I went ahead and added all of the different dates on the RISD calendar, such as spring break, when the quarter ends, and things like that, and just within the month view, and then everything else is editable by students, and they can have their own version. Then we also just want to mention the Google Calendar app, because aside from just the Google Calendar on your computer, there's also a really awesome app. Everything syncs. And then, but maybe they're not the Google person, and maybe they just prefer to use a different route. We just want to be able to offer them these other options that they can take a look at, explore on their own, and be able to possibly utilize. Again, it's not necessarily that anybody or all the students are doing the same thing. It's that all of the students have an organizational system that works for them. And that is what's really, really important. And then finally, this is the last area, which I really want to showcase to you guys prior to school starting, because these are resources that not only help students, but that can really help you as teachers. So under rhsavid.com, I went ahead and hyperlinked it right here, though, under the student resources section. We have, as I've already showed in the PowerPoint, these are the information regarding digital binder. These are the digital planner resources that I already showed. But then down here, hopefully this will come in handy for you. It's a Google Docs, Cornell template, Microsoft Word, as well as PDF for Cornell notes, 2-column notes, 3-column notes, and a learning log. And then even cooler down here, in either a Microsoft Word or PDF version, we have Cornell notes in dots and in graph for my math and science peeps, or any subject really. But if you keep scrolling, and while this isn't part of the presentation, just so you see, we have community service information as well. This is not just for AVID students. We want every student in the building to be a part of this Google Classroom, because that way they have access to community service resources throughout the year, which helps them with college acceptance and scholarships. We are going to be looking at doing virtual opportunities such as writing notes and letters to nursing homes and different things like that. So stay tuned and get your kiddos to that direction. You may also be interested in the digital literacy and support section, where you can have some how-tos as well as a feature on Pro Writing Aid. If you've never heard of that editing program, I share it with all of the AVID students that I come in contact with and teach it in my classroom. It is a wonderful editing website for students if they're writing a paragraph, essays, papers. It's just phenomenal. So English teachers especially, take a look at that. It's really, really cool. And then down here are search engines and their purposes, as well as search engine tricks. Not every search engine is created equally. And so we want to be able to provide some of those tips and tricks to our students, especially now when we don't see them on a day-to-day basis, or really a day-to-day basis. But please go ahead and look through and dive into that website. Those are probably going to be the two most valuable pages that I would see for the teachers. However, I will mention one other area under parent resources. These are some great resources as far as Dallas County Promise, My Big Future, College Week Live, other college things, and then tutorials. So just wanted you to be aware that that exists. So in closing, we will be communicating more specific lessons to conduct during 8th period as we get closer and it becomes more relevant. Not everything is coming from AVID, just it so happens that this one is. So also, if you would like to have a one-pager on some of the things that I just discussed with you, you can just click on one-pager. And these will be easy handouts that you can either post to your Google Classroom or provide to students, so that way you don't have to go through a full presentation. If you would like, you're more than welcome to, but just some quick resources. Again, we want to try to make this as easy as possible for you guys and to help you along the way. If there is anything else that you can think of that you might be able to need or utilize or could use help with, please don't hesitate to reach out to me. My information is down at the bottom of the screen, Elizabeth Brown. I go by Beth, but my email is Elizabeth. That can get confusing because there is a Beth.Brown email in our system, and so that way, if you wanted to come to me, put Elizabeth.Brown. But if there's anything that I can support you with, maybe you don't know if I have it, but I have a lot of resources I can tap into, shoot me a message and I'll see what I've got, because we're always here to willing to help, and we are just better together. So, and all together we're going to rise. So thank you guys for your time, and remember rhsavid.com. Go there because you can find some really great resources, and please feel free to send your students there too if you think that they are going to find some of those resources helpful. Welcome back, Eagles. We'll see you soon, and stay safe.